All right, y'all. D-Lo for boxing. Back with you to talk a little bit of this old boxing talk. So, I was just looking at Yordenis Ugas versus Shawn Porter. I think I was at the beginning or middle of round 7, and I had to stop to go run somewhere. But I just want to talk about what I saw. I'll tell you, I've stated multiple times on my channel, on other people's channel, in the comment sections of live streams, that I felt like Yordenis Ugas clearly beat Shawn Porter, and I felt like he beat Shawn Porter more convincingly than anyone, and that was prior to the Crawford fight. Now, since the Crawford fight, you know, he got stopped, so it's hard for me to say that Yordenis Ugas had a better win, a clearer win over Porter. And the fact is that Yordenis Ugas didn't get the decision on paper. You know, so for the record books, they'll always reflect that Yordenis Ugas lost to Shawn Porter. Via scores of 111, 117 in his favor, 115, 113 for Porter, and 116, 112 for Porter. I think the 117, 111 for Ugas is the more realistic score, to be honest. I had it 8 rounds to 4 with a knockdown for Yordenis Ugas. I'm not going to change on that, you know what I'm saying, because I've seen the fight more than once, and first time I watched it without commentary, without crowd noise. Yeah, I mean, the only commentary I had was Trey X on Marlo's corner. Shout out to Trey X on Marlo. But aside from that, I wasn't influenced by Goosen and, Lennox Lewis or I think it was Marcos Villegas. I think was the other person that was the in between rounds commentary. But anyway, I wasn't influenced by crowd noise or any of that stuff. So, and then watching it back later, I still had the same score. And then I'm watching it today because Ugas has this fight with Spence coming up. So I'm spending a little time watching some Ugas fights and watching some Spence fights. But one thing that I hear often, and I myself kind of felt the same way, was that Yordenis Ugas, has good reach, has long arms. And if you look at the tape, tail of the tape, even in box rec, it says that his reach is 69 inches, which isn't very long for a man that stands around 5'9", 5'9.5", whatever. And by comparison, Shawn Porter, his opponent in their fight, in the fight I'm talking about, has a reach of 69 inches and a half, or at least that's a build or advertised reach. But when you watch their fight, and I'm watching it today with the commentary, all I keep hearing about is Ugas' reach advantage. And if you look at the fight, you see Shawn Porter is at a clear deficit when it comes to reach. So I don't know where these figures come from sometimes, but quite honestly, we've seen on paper fighters grow. You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo grew from 5'7", 5'6.5", whatever it was, before the Lara fight, to now he's sometimes listed at 5'9". So maybe they get it wrong with the reach as well. Maybe sometimes the reach that we're seeing on paper that's posted isn't the actual reach. Because, I'll be honest, man, when you look at Yordenis Ugas, he's standing straight up. His arms seem to, they seem to go well below his waist. So, to me, that unless the guy's, he has a very short torso, which he doesn't appear to have, it wouldn't make sense for a guy who has substandard reach for his height, for his arms to extend so far. And even in his fights, Ugas seems to utilize reach and distance well versus almost everyone he fights. So I have no idea what his reach really is, but I'm starting to have doubts that Yordenis Ugas' reach is only 69 inches. I definitely feel like the man has long arms. and he definitely knows how to use those long arms to his advantage. But you know, that's just me making an observation on things I'm seeing. But like I said, if you guys doubt what I'm saying, go back and look at just a little bit of that Porter fight. Like I said, Porter has on paper the longer reach, but when you watch the fight, it definitely doesn't look that way. And I know more than just your reach plays a part in the who's able to control real estate, who's able to get their shots off, things like that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not oblivious to that point. But at the same time, I know what I've seen from Yordenis Ugas in plenty of fights. And to me, I feel like his reach is one of his best attributes. And I feel like going into that Spence fight, I don't feel like he's going to be at this reach deficit that it appears to be on paper. Because I think on paper, I think on paper, Spence has a 72-inch reach. I could be wrong. And then Ugas having a 69-inch reach, so you would say that, you know, that's a significant reach advantage in Spence's favor. But honestly, I don't believe that's going to be true when they finally get in the ring. So as I'm watching this Porter fight, I'm getting more and more intrigued at the potential showdown between Yordenis Ugas and Errol Spence Jr. And I only say potential because this is boxing, and we know when it comes to boxing, nothing is official until the ref, you know, steps back out of the way, and that timekeeper tolls that first bell. So we'll see, you know, how they match up once they get in the ring. But I'm starting to look at this fight a little bit different than I did going forward. Sorry about that. But I'm starting to look at this fight a little bit different than I did before at this point. And I've never had it like huge for Spence anyway. I had it, you know what I'm saying, as a close fight that I felt like was going to be close and contested. But I felt Spence may pull away late just because of work rate. But as I'm breaking these guys down, you know what I'm saying, looking at multiple fights that they've had with other guys, I'm going to come up with and formulate a true assessment of who I think wins this fight and how, and then I'm going to come back eventually with a breakdown video as the fight's a lot closer. And, you know, because I mean, right now it's not even officially announced. So as the fight gets closer and gets, you know what I'm saying, gets announced, and we are probably I'd say about 3 weeks out, I'll probably drop that video at that point. And in the meantime, I'm going to spend a good bit of time studying what both guys bring to the table and how what they bring to the table can play to their advantage when they fight. But that's all I got on the D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.